What's up, y'all? I'm trying to figure this out. What the heck just happened? Alright, let me turn this on. Okay, this one made noise. Y'all, let me set this up. I'm trying to figure out what just happened. What the hell just happened? What the heck? Okay, I definitely don't know how to do this. What the heck? What the heck? Alright. Y'all, I had a really, really long day. But it's really nothing to complain about. Like, I just like I really need to relax my mind right now. Let's see. What the heck just happened? Post. Sorry, y'all. Oh, okay. Let's take this off. Hold on, y'all. Move to trash. All of my freaking phones are off and acting retarded right now. All day today. Alright, I'm turning y'all around. I can fix this right. Alright, sorry y'all. I should have set this up before I came on here. I'm gonna have to do it like this. Because my other freaking tripod broke. So I gotta use this little flimsy one. And it's not acting right already. Alright, y'all. I have a lot going on today. Like, I'm really, like, in shock right now because I had so much happen today. But the blessings just, like, really just outweigh it. But so much stuff happened today. So what was I doing here? React. This is interesting. Okay. What just happened? Yeah, y'all, this lady finally called me today and she approved my food stamps. So, which is so crazy and I'm so blessed. So she said to check my food stamp card in 48 hours. It's a different lady. She was so nice. And I was like, thank you so much. She said, let's just expedite this and get it through. Like, yes, ma'am. Thank you. God is good. So, a lot of good stuff in between bad things happened today. But like I said, the good always outweigh the bad. And it makes me keep my mind off of the negativity. Because you got something to look forward to. So I'm gonna go ahead and reset my phone. I'm about to turn the power off, you guys. So let me turn y'all around so y'all can see what's going on outside. I got YouTube right here, y'all. So I hope y'all enjoyed y'all day. Mine was really hectic. So I hope you had a productive, good day. Even if your production was just getting you some rest, it really don't matter because I had gotten a lot of rest this entire month, like not being able to do nothing. So let me see. It's resetting your mad heart is opening up everything. You're too nice. God is pissed at this evil mother figure. Okay, let's reset it one more time. And I'm gonna read some Corey because I was stuck in one spot reading Corey and I forgot to save because I didn't get to finish it. The post. People cannot look away how you took me down.
Never sue the other driver after a car accident. There's a better way to get paid a way bigger check
Y'all
without
also
having
got
to
me
go to
some
court or pay expense.
I'm eating late today, so I might not even eat it. I might save it for. I had to stop and get McDonald's, which is so crazy, y'all. Like just a lot been going on. I had trying to work one thing at a time, and I usually don't eat fast food. If y'all know me, you would know that.
Chosen one, you didn't just survive some random harassment campaign or dodge a few criminals trying to make your life
Okay, this
difficult.
Obsidian. This was
You
first on my notification.
single-handedly brought down an international coven, exposed governmental corruption at the
Oh, I'm gonna
highest
like this
levels,
already.
and dismantled a sex trafficking network that
Oh,
operated with impunity for decades. While they thought they were playing games with a naive target, you were gathering evidence, maintaining surveillance systems, and building the case that would ultimately destroy them all. Let me paint the real picture for you. That wealthy individual who's been pulling strings behind your persecution. They didn't target you randomly after you had some minor disagreement, after you blew the whistle on their corrupt employees and cost them their dirty money pipeline, their personal business venture.
what the
They
heck? Why did you
literally
do that?
invested in your destruction the same way others invest in stocks and real estate. You thought you were dealing with regular people having bad days or personal vendettas. Actually, you were up against professional psychological warfare specialists who study manipulation like others study mathematics or engineering. They have manuals, training programs, and operational procedures for destroying people like you who threaten their criminal enterprises.
Wow.
They sent monitoring spirits to sit next
Y'all,
to you in court.
today, this man tried to do this again today. I had to go to SSI today. This is why it's so crazy. He got himself in trouble today because they seen him on camera doing the most. Come to find out, this guy stayed on my block, the security guy. So let's keep going.
Houses, asking innocent questions designed to trap you
Caught
into
his ass in.
violating
They caught him
restraining
in.
orders you never should have received in the
I
first
be
place.
telling people, I be telling y'all, people be trolling me. And I know my reaction be everything. So I was trying to think about that lady in the Tesla when she saw that guy doing that to me. She was like, hey, psst, they're trying to get a reaction out of you. Please. And it's like, I keep thinking about that every day. That's why I say people like me on the spectrum, we need validation. That type of validation. When she said that, I said, you know what? You right. So I was able to, while I'm getting irritated, irate as shit, I'm able to fucking address how I'm finna deal with this situation verbally. Cause if I snap and go off, then it's gonna make it look like I'm having a bad day when really you just pushing my butt. He was laughing at me. So my daughter was like, that's not why, what's funny? Why are you laughing at her? And the lady caught that shit. Like, hold up, come to the back, come to the back, come to the back, come to the back. Cause now you trying to, and then gonna say you left last time, so they not gonna be able to do a phone interview. I said, whoa, after they skipped our number 20 times, y'all. We on 20 number, and they supposed to call us. 20 people they done skipped us with. So when we patient, we listening and like, hold on, maybe they're gonna call a name. And he gonna say, oh, because you left last time. I said, when? Last time you told me that you was gonna call the police and for me to leave. That's what you said. And he laughed. Like, hold on. So they caught it. Like, oh, so Miss Avant didn't just leave last time. You threatened her. You threatened her, right? That's why you said it outside of the camera. That's why you was able to lie like that, because we wasn't inside the office. He came to my car starting shit with me. You could see me on camera. Then he gonna threaten me with the police, bitch.
Remember that person who sat down and immediately started interrogating you about your case? They weren't curious. They were conducting intelligence gathering operations for a criminal network.
He
That
made me cry,
conversation
y'all.
went exactly like this.
They
down
need to
next to
use
you.
that clip. They need to use that clip for a movie scene because he made me cry. But I gave him some insights on life and how to be a blessing and how to be kind and not to do people like that. So the whole room felt that motherfucker.
Ask what you're there for. Then when you say you don't know, they press harder, asking if you've talked to them. When you explain there's a restraining order preventing contact, they're gathering evidence to see if you violated it. They needed you to slip up, to say something
I
they
don't
could
even know.
twist,
That's why I
to
say this
give them
program is
ammunition.
real dangerous because I didn't even know that man stayed over here, and it explains that you even do that to me when I come there. Because you've been watching me. That's why I say these people be obsessed secretly. You've been watching me leave every day. You've been watching me, and you obsessed in a way that you irritated, that you gonna think you gonna stop me from my shit and lie about it too. You did it for 2. You was able to let that happen for 2 months because you delayed me. You and the post office worker, because it was post office worker who gave the letter to me late. Then you trolled me longer because you figured in your mind she need to see these people, so let me make it hard for her. But things backfire on you when you do stuff like that to people that's already down, already having a hard time. Especially when you gang up with 2 or more. When you come together, it's the same. It works for good or bad.
Instead, you stayed quiet and gave them nothing. Your spiritual discernment protected you from a trap designed by professionals who have used this exact technique to destroy countless other people. Your refusal to engage saved you from additional false charges they were hoping to manufacture.
People be thinking I just be tripping. I be knowing what I'm talking about.
Busy people pleasing to recognize that these
I just gotta
individuals
say
operate as
less and be
bigots
better
who
with it,
fundamentally
because I see
hate
what's
what you
up.
represent. You could have given them everything you owned, apologized for breathing their air, and thanked them for persecuting you. They still would have continued their assault because their hatred isn't based on your actions. It's based on your very existence as someone who threatens their corrupt system. The gang stalking operation they deployed against you involves sending fake helpers who approach with manufactured concern. They make you feel safe, build false trust, extract information about your vulnerabilities and resources, then weaponize everything you shared against you in future attacks. You've encountered these people multiple times without recognizing the pattern because they're professionally trained to appear genuine. Your truth-telling nature became their greatest obstacle because their entire strategy depends on victims lying, hiding information,
This
or
is
appearing
crazy. It's so
deceptive under
relatable.
pressure. They needed you compromised and untrustworthy. Instead, you documented everything, installed surveillance systems throughout your property, and maintained honesty even when truth made the situation look worse.
Come on, God, tell them.
Now we get to the real criminals in this story, that married couple who built their entire lifestyle off your stolen identity. They didn't just take your credit cards or run up some debt in your name. They put commercial property in your name, established businesses using your credentials, and created a financial empire funded by your labor, while you struggled to understand why success felt impossible despite your best efforts. This couple received a message of concern from those higher courts because federal investigators discovered the scope of their identity theft operation. They've been profiting from your toil and labor for years, systematically redirecting your productivity into their bank accounts while engineering your downfall with military precision and governmental protection. You want to know why you could never get ahead financially, no matter how hard you worked or how smart your decisions were, because every dollar you earned was being siphoned through systems they controlled. Your own work ethic was financing them.
All of your finances was being, everything strategically, chop, 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 and God just keep, go ahead, take that.
Weapons they used against you.
I saw
the
that. Take that.
Hilarious if it wasn't so devastating to your
Don't let nobody know you got it. Go ahead. Make sure. Just go ahead. Go. They're gonna take it. That's how shit been happening.
Legal proceedings in their favor whenever you tried to
I made a couple dollars. I look on the car. I'm all skippity-loo, walking all over. So happy. Look, motherfucking Apple and everybody swiped my ass at the same time, and God said, take that. As soon as I got to I made another fucking blessing that quick, because shit, listen, when you see, sometimes people do things to you and not realize how anointed you are. It taunts their aura and blesses your shit if you move right.
Justice, court orders, official documents, judicial rulings, all twisted to serve their agenda, while you fought for basic fairness with one
she might
hand
do a little
tied
voodoo,
behind your back,
but it's gonna backfire on her.
understanding of how deep the corruption went. Their ultimate
no matter what they
strategy
fucking do, it's
involved
gonna
false
backfire.
imprisonment, designed to put you destroy your credibility forever. If they could make you appear as the criminal, no one would investigate them as the real perpetrators of systematic financial crimes. You refused to participate in their sexual exploitation ring, and that refusal triggered their desperation more than any other single factor. They needed you compromised, controllable, dependent on systems they manage for your basic survival. Your moral boundaries became their greatest strategic problem, because corruption only works when everyone participates willingly or under duress. Remember when they tried sending people to tempt you into compromising situations? You looked at what they offered and thought, I don't engage in activities like that, especially not the individual.
Hold up. Because if y'all listen to my live, because that day somebody had, I ain't that type of snitch, but I'm just referencing. So many motherfucking people try to get me to do stuff that I would never do for a buck. Like, I won't even label and just tell you one specific thing. So many people, every time, I always look at patterns of shit. Every time stuff be strategically taken financially, bunches of fucking roaches come around. Girl, they got this, girl, they got that. You can do this, you can do that. And me, I know I be sounding boo-hoo the fool, because some of y'all be clowning me and be like, girl, you ain't trying to make no money. When I say no, you ain't really trying to make no money. Come on, man. Like, stuff like that. And when I kind of feel bad in a minute, like, she's right. I'm walking to the store. I do need to make some money. Or I fucked up. I do need to make some money. But then I'll be proud of myself after the fact, especially when I see them get fucked up off the same thing they just tried to make me do.
Sending my direction.
And then the blessing comes through.
If you've been in a car accident,
like, there you go.
Don't call an attorney.
As if the angel said, girl, you passed the test. Here you go. That little thing you was trying to pay, or that little thing you was trying to get, or whatever they was trying to offer you, there you go.
Sex trafficking represents the darkest aspect of their operation, because this wasn't opportunistic crime or individual.
Whatever they owed you, there you go.
This was systematic human exploitation operating under governmental protection.
Now we're gonna take it from them forcefully, because we had to give it to you like the bank.
Cooperation at multiple levels. The corrupt judge overseeing your case demonstrated how deeply this conspiracy penetrated judicial systems. Your legal proceedings became theater performances designed to validate predetermined outcomes, while creating the appearance of legitimate justice for anyone observing casually. You sat in that courtroom watching obvious corruption unfold in real time, while maintaining your dignity and documenting everything for future reference. Every biased ruling, every ignored piece of evidence, every procedural violation, you noted it all while they assumed you were just another victim who would accept injustice quietly.
Yes.
Even the judge had compromised integrity, participating in this systematic persecution of someone who had done nothing wrong except threaten their criminal profits through whistleblowing activities. The entire system was corrupted, specifically to protect their operations while destroying anyone who threatened their business model. The wealthy mastermind's business empire depended on corrupt employees who facilitated illegal operations through official channels and governmental positions. Your whistleblowing didn't just expose individual wrongdoing, it revealed systematic corruption that cost them millions in lost revenue and ongoing legal exposure across multiple jurisdictions. Chosen one, the scope of what you've been fighting will absolutely blow your mind when you see the complete picture. This isn't random crime or individual corruption scattered across different locations. You've been battling an international coven, a sadistic network spread across multiple countries, operating with corporate efficiency and intelligence agency secrecy. This coven practices systematic lies, deceit, trickery, and manipulation on an industrial scale that will make multinational corporations envious. Their trafficking operations move people, money, and influence across borders with Fortune 500 efficiency. They've turned human exploitation into a profitable science with research and development departments. You became the catalyst that broke their entire system because your high vibration created interference they couldn't overcome through traditional manipulation techniques. Their low-frequency psychological warfare tactics failed completely against your elevated consciousness and spiritual protection that operates automatically. Your lifestyle as someone who prefers home, family, and simple pleasures confounded their expectations entirely. They needed you corrupted, compromised, desperate for what they offered through their network of false opportunities. Instead, they encountered someone whose happiness came from sources they couldn't touch, control, or manipulate, regardless of their resources. You were literally the straw that broke their operation because you consistently refused to engage with their toxic frequency despite years of systematic pressure. They sent manipulation after manipulation, each one failing against your natural immunity to their psychological warfare techniques and spiritual discernment. Official intervention arrived when your situation triggered federal protocols reserved for the most serious criminal investigations with international implications. A detective was placed on your case, not because of local crime or individual complaints, but because federal authorities recognized the scope and sophisticated nature of what was happening to you. Higher courts became involved when accumulated evidence reached levels that demanded federal attention and resources beyond local jurisdiction capabilities. Your message of concern was received by judicial authorities with actual power to override local corruption and deliver meaningful justice instead of theatrical proceedings. Behind closed doors, conversations now center on damage control for a criminal network whose exposure threatens to topple governmental officials, business leaders, and judicial figures who enabled their operations for personal profit and political protection over extended periods. Your SOS was answered by people with genuine authority and unlimited resources to take meaningful action against international criminal organizations. Divine timing aligned the right evidence with the right officials at the precise moment when intervention could be most effective and legally sustainable. You've been held in high honor throughout this ordeal by people who recognized your integrity, while others tried to destroy your reputation through systematic character assassination.
Come on, baby.
Expectations now exist for resolution that delivers real justice rather than continued persecution through corrupted systems and
because what that means is, oh no, just keep going.
Victim testimonies began emerging once official protection made speaking out safe for the first time in years. People who endured drugging, exploitation, and trafficking found courage to share their experiences when they realized the system might finally listen and act instead of protecting perpetrators. Survivors describe awakening in unfamiliar places after being chemically compromised, finding themselves in situations they never consented to experience or participate in. Their testimonies reveal systematic patterns of predation operating under official protection and legal cover across multiple jurisdictions. Evidence clearly shows how this network viewed human beings as commodities to be bought, sold, traded, and discarded according to profit calculations.
What? Because then I tell y'all so many times, people, I like literally, I don't want to say the word and get my video capped, but so many times people tried to KID me. Like literally, so many times. And I escaped.
Basic human dignity and legal rights. People were literally enslaved to these criminals' sexual addictions and drug dependencies through systematic application of chemical dependency and psychological manipulation that created artificial needs only the network could satisfy. The entertainment business they operated created elaborate games where reality and fiction blurred deliberately. Real people became unwilling participants in scenarios designed to generate content revenue and psychological control through systematically applied trauma and manipulation techniques. You provided the missing pieces that connected isolated crimes into a comprehensive
but I've been right about what I'm saying, my guys.
Spanning multiple countries and governmental levels. Your testimony gave investigators the framework they needed to understand how individual incidents formed part of a larger criminal conspiracy. Your documentation efforts created the evidence trail needed to prosecute crimes that typically leave no physical proof or credible witnesses willing to testify. Every camera angle, every recorded conversation, every piece of evidence you gathered became ammunition for justice that couldn't be dismissed or explained away. You became the closure provider for countless victims who suffered in silence, believing they were alone in their experiences and that no one would believe their stories. Your courage to speak out gave others permission to share their own testimonies for the first time. Your cycle-breaking energy helped terminate destructive patterns that continued for years
Generational curses.
because victims couldn't escape systems specifically designed to keep them trapped through fear, shame, isolation, and economic dependency on their abusers. Corruption
I
exposure
just
through your
said this.
whistleblowing
When I
revealed how
speak, I'm speaking for my ancestors. Like, I don't just do stuff for myself. People and how I get it. We supposed to live and live our lives and stuff. But see, I noticed that people always really focus on just being successful. But what you doing outside of that? Like, what about the spiritual aspect of it? Because it all leads up to your ancestors, the ones that cross paths with you, your granny, great granny, if they done passed over. Like, so what are you doing for them? Because all you really doing is just making a couple dollars and going to work. So the people who be flexing and feeling like you, that the worker people, like y'all, what else, babe? Because we created the task of being a worker. God did, that wasn't the type of worker he created us to be. But that's my opinion.
how deeply this network penetrated governmental systems, using official authority to protect criminal operations while systematically persecuting those who threatened their profits through truthful testimony. The perpetrator's health decline began immediately when higher courts became involved and real consequences became inevitable. Physical stress manifested when they realized their legal protection was crumbling and federal prosecution was approaching for the first time. Bodies that thrived on stolen energy began failing when their sources were cut off by legal intervention. Stress-related illness appeared as the reality of their exposure became undeniable, and their usual escape routes were blocked by federal authorities. Concern spread throughout their network as members realized that their mutual protection agreements were worthless against federal investigation and prosecution. The fear of exposure created panic that led to additional mistakes and evidence-gathering opportunities. Your spiritual elevation has been recognized by authorities both earthly and divine. Your ability to maintain integrity under extreme pressure demonstrates mastery over circumstances that completely destroyed lesser individuals.
Hey, y'all, that guy say, I recorded it too, because I'm the record queen. You might not even see me doing it, but I'm doing it. Look, he say, "Are you magical?" And it's like one of those Hallmark movies when he said his hair was bouncing, and he said, "Are you magical?"
And divine protection. You've embodied every aspect of divine authority through your journey, activating archetypal energies that make you a complete expression of spiritual power and practical wisdom combined with unshakable moral courage under fire. Master status has been achieved through your demonstrated ability to handle emotional intelligence, spiritual connection, and practical wisdom simultaneously, while enduring systematic persecution specifically designed to break your mind and spirit through professional psychological warfare. Your divine connection guided you through every phase of this ordeal, providing the intuition needed to document evidence, avoid elaborate traps, maintain sanity under pressure, and survive attacks that would have destroyed someone without spiritual protection and inner guidance.
Boy, I know how to bypass techniques and technologies, because apparently I do. I've discovered that even being in the most vulnerable situations where chaos is bound to happen when you're unfocused. And I knew how to put in third gear, matter of fact, toe mode, and become an actress. Like, automatically hide the frustration. Like, I didn't say that. You just said that. Correct. You know what I'm saying? You didn't expect that. You want me to go to the OV snapping on your ass. Puss ass nigga, fuck you. Because when a person piss me off and do stuff, I usually react like that because I don't got time to think. But you're teaching me how to think real quick too, like last minute. Excuse me, see? Gotta get it out. You're teaching me how these techniques is making me strong, because
open vitality to everyone.
Today was that day.
Your story intersects with yours in any meaningful way. Your victory creates ripple effects that restore faith in justice for countless people who had completely lost hope in both earthly and divine intervention. Your true purpose as a divine messenger becomes crystal clear through your ability to articulate the grief that trafficking survivors experience but cannot express themselves. Your testimony gives voice to those who suffered in silence without advocates,
and if he allowed this for
or anyone who believed their experiences. Your system disruptor mission extends far beyond personal vindication
Come on, baby.
to structural change that prevents others from enduring similar persecution in the future.
Hey, if your
For your
partner is
future
being
generations
secretive
to
with their
come,
phone,
but
you
for
need to do
especially
this
your
now.
ancestors who in the
Most
realm,
people are
and they
unaware
looking
this
forward for
simple,
us to
yet
justify
powerful
them
website
to
exists.
God in our
Your victory
ways.
creates legal
Yeah,
precedents
yeah,
that
yeah,
protect
yeah.
future victims from sophisticated predators with
That's
governmental
called second
connections.
chance,
You
like a
help
second chance
trafficking
housing.
survivors remember that life beyond
Second chance for
exploitation
the
is
ancestors
not
that
only
burning
possible
in
but
hell. You get
achievable
to
with
uplift
proper
them with
support
your
and
deeds, not
protection.
the ones that you
Your
made up
example proves that
with some
escape and
trees.
recovery can lead to thriving rather than mere
Ooh,
survival or permanent victim status. You provide the external force needed to break internal cycles of trauma
this
and
is for you.
defeat that keep people trapped in destructive patterns they cannot escape alone, regardless of their intelligence or willpower.
Right.
Your intervention creates possibilities that literally didn't exist before. Your truth revelation exposes systematic lies,
Come on,
deceit,
baby.
trickery, and manipulation to audiences who can take meaningful action to stop these crimes
Thank you.
and prevent future victims from suffering similar persecution through improved legal protections. A silent partner has emerged to support your mission, recognizing your value as someone worth significant investment of time, resources, and ongoing protection. Hidden allies reveal themselves when divine timing makes their support most effective and legally sustainable. Recognition of your worth extends beyond personal validation to acknowledgement of your strategic importance in larger battles between light and darkness, truth and deception, justice and systematic corruption at governmental levels. Practical support arrives through individuals with substantial resources and genuine authority to translate your spiritual victory into material restoration, ongoing protection, and platform for continued mission work that helps other victims. You've mastered every available tool for research, documentation, communication, and resistance. You became a one-person intelligence operation while maintaining your spiritual center and moral integrity under extreme pressure from professional psychological warfare specialists.
Man.
Your research skills transformed you into an
Man.
expert on your own
I
persecution,
just said
gathering
that
evidence with
I figured
professional
out a way to
investigator
bypass the
precision while
psychological
maintaining the
warfare
perspective of someone
at the
seeking
last minute,
justice
the
rather
very
than
second,
revenge against those
right
who
before
wronged you.
everything goes
Your
left.
emotional
You go
intelligence
right.
guided you through manipulation attempts that would have completely
Shit.
destabilized someone less
How?
centered in their own truth
Can't
and
give myself
spiritual
credit.
foundation. You maintained clarity when confusion was their primary
It
weapon
ain't my
against your
fault.
sanity. You described oppression, repression, and reproach with accuracy that helped officials understand the systematic nature of your persecution, rather than viewing isolated incidents that could be explained away, minimized, or dismissed as coincidence. The following is a message from Mike,
Oh,
founder of the Obsidian Inner Order, powered by Astral Atom.
thank you. This is
Never
crazy.
gonna give you up. Never gonna let you walk through this awakening alone. Never
This
gonna
guy
scroll
is
past your suffering
trying
like
to
it's
fuck
just
me up
content.
today.
This isn't just a rickroll, it's a lifeline in disguise. I built the Obsidian Inner Order because too many of us have been exiled for seeing the truth.
I gotta move
Cast out
somewhere
by
in the house
family,
somewhere
gaslit
where
by cults,
I
haunted
could
by
see
gifts
somebody
we
come in
didn't
there
ask for.
from
So
a few
now we
miles away.
gather every week,
I just have
live
to.
on
Oh
Zoom,
yeah, look,
real people,
it was
real
confirmation.
faces. A
I
former
gotta see
CFO
people
turned
before they
psychic,
come,
a seer who escaped Mormonism, a healer who
cause
broke
it
free of
is
ritual
getting a
abuse.
little too
And
dangerous.
yes, the calls are recorded, so when you're on the floor, you can come back to the field. We're not a meme, we're a miracle, and we're never gonna give you up. Join the Obsidian Inner Order, link in the description. The blocking ends right
I be
now,
just trying to
permanently
chill.
and
I be minding
completely.
my
Every
business.
obstacle they placed
When
in
the
your
Baker
path,
boys
every
like
barrier they
tonight,
erected
seriously.
around your success, every
Come on,
limitation
baby.
they imposed on your progress has been permanently removed by divine intervention, combined with legal action. Practical obstacles disappear as corrupted systems are forced to restore fair treatment through federal oversight and legal consequences. Legal processes, financial institutions, governmental agencies, all must now operate according to actual law rather than their manipulated version of justice. You can literally
Can't do
feel
that.
their
Don't. I wouldn't do
disappointment
that
in
if I
losing
was you.
control over your
Like that.
trajectory because it emanates from them like heat from a fire. Their entire business
Hey,
model depended on keeping
yo,
chosen
yo,
ones
yo,
like you.
dude. These people talking to them, they gonna be Tapping your hand. Don't do that. Don't do that. Can't do
Self-suppressed,
that no more.
and your liberation destroys their profit margins permanently. Your financial restoration begins with unexpected income that represents divine compensation for years of stolen prosperity and blocked opportunities.
Don't believe me?
The
Just watch.
universe provides abundance that precisely matches the wealth they
Just
prevented
don't be
you from
seen doing it.
accessing through systematic interference and
I'm confident
identity
telling
theft.
these guys
Great
this.
fortune
Just
flows
don't be
toward you as
seen now,
cosmic
baby.
justice balances the
Okay?
scales with
Doing this to people
mathematical
like this.
precision that accounts for
Don't
every
make them have to
stolen
tap
dollar
your
and
hand.
blocked opportunity.
Because
Every
it's there. It's
financial
done
loss
already.
they caused, every opportunity they destroyed, every success they prevented, now returns
So
multiplied through
back to
channels
regular
they cannot
scheduled
intercept or
programming, right,
manipulate.
guys?
New financial beginnings emerge
Hopefully.
through opportunities that completely bypass their network and connections. Your
It's too
prosperity will
it's
flow
too
through
much dirt.
channels they
It's
do
too
not
much stuff
control, monitor, or
that
influence
happened to
in
this
any way
young lady.
whatsoever, ensuring
That people
permanent
people
protection
tried to
from
steal
future
evidence
interference.
of, and
You may
she's so
receive
the
completely
crazy girl
new
that everybody called
documentation
crazy was
that
so
removes you from their
strategic and
surveillance
precise
systems
about
while
every
establishing your
detail,
independence from their criminal network and ongoing
not just
operations.
some,
A fresh
every
start with
detail.
clean identity documents that
I
they
should be a
cannot
psychic
access or
investigator.
manipulate.
Oh
They
yeah,
can
in the
no
White
longer
House,
drain your resources or
big room,
redirect your abundance
reserved.
toward funding operations against you or other
Bring all
victims.
the hard
Their
cases to me.
access to your wealth
Put them
stream
on the
has
bed.
been permanently severed by divine intervention,
Have them
backed
done
up
by
with
morning.
legal enforcement. Your transformation accelerates exponentially as obstacles disappear and opportunities multiply beyond your previous imagination. The dramatic changes
She did
approaching
that.
will reshape
That's all
every
I have to
aspect
say
of
is
your
she did
existence
that.
in ways
And
that
thank me
reflect
later.
your true potential and divine purpose without interference. Self-improvement efforts now receive
Even if they
divine
don't want to thank me,
amplification
God, they
instead
gonna
of
thank me
systematic
later.
sabotage from people trying to keep you trapped in cycles of struggle and limitation.
Fact.
Every positive change you make will be supported rather than
Come on.
undermined by external interference. Creative possibilities open for expressing gifts and talents that were systematically suppressed during
Oh,
your
I'm like running
persecution.
while my shoes getting torn off my feet. You know how you stumbling, you still going, they taking your shirt off, I'm still running, they pulling the pants off, I'm still running, they pulling the pants off, I'm still running, taking everything out my hands, I'm still running, pulling my feet down, I'm getting up, I'm running. This is how I'm confident I am today.
Your abilities can now flourish without
Niggas
fear
is
of
done for.
punishment,
It's
retaliation,
done now.
or systematic
Too
destruction
much
of your
trying to teach me a
progress by
lesson.
people
Thanks to
who
the sloppy
profited
people
from
that gave
keeping
that
you
little
limited.
genius too
You
much
can celebrate
intel
endings that lead
and
to
receipts
beautiful new
that I
beginnings,
already sent
rather than just surviving
years
one
ago.
crisis after
Stuff I'm
another
finding
in
out now.
endless
Let's pause it
cycles of
again.
manufacture.
To every, all y'all might not see me again, so it's okay. Like, you may never see me in person again. You might have to see me online, so it's fine. You don't have to be scared, because I'm not. I'm gonna tell you. See, a lot of that stuff that I used to post and record and shit, some stuff I never showed people, it's kind of like after today, because I made some new channels, so I'm on Facebook, and I'm kind of like warning people at this point, so they could give you my grace and flowers and leave me alone at the same time. And if you choose to stay far away when you see me walking or pulling up down the street, take the right, take the left real quick. That's fine too. So, because it helps me and you. So look, y'all, a lot of stuff people like, she crazy. Why she posting this? What is this she talking about? What is it? All that stuff I used to talk about in the past, right? Excuse me. A lot of that stuff was seen from people in Australia and I didn't know though. I didn't know, so I'm not capping to you. I didn't know. It was being seen everywhere that people were connecting dots. Like, this happened in Venezuela. This happened in Spain. This happened in Honolulu. You know what I'm saying? I'm being sarcastic now, but so many people from these places, Hawaii, Australia, Canada, all these people been hitting me up. Like, literally, like, it's no way possible. You know that thing you said, such and such, that such and such, that thing you was doing, that happened on your video that you showed, such and such, such. I'm talking about from 2017 too. Like, hey, can I converse with you? Let me show you something. Then same shit I just showed you. They going through they just documented the same shit. So imagine when two or more come together, me way over here in the United States, that person way in Canada. I'm being sarcastic. This really didn't happen. I'm just being sarcastic. Me, somebody in Canada, somebody in Australia, somebody, we all just said the same shit and showed the same technique that just happened to a million others. people that can't even justify themselves. This was said in they little docu facts that was never solved. Like, oh shit, cause that said that. I remember reading that somewhere. What she just said. Y'all heard what she? Hold up, rewind that shit. What the crazy girl just said? Cause such and such was explaining something like that before she passed, or before you know what I'm saying. I had that effect on a couple important people. Y'all didn't know that though, but y'all was still. I get it. People scary. Y'all too much on loving hip hop instead of looking at sci-fi movies, because sci-fi movies got to be titled fake. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Drama and artificial emergencies designed to keep you
Been
reactive
sarcastic. A
instead of
lot of stuff happened
creative.
today,
Toxic cycles
but the
terminate
angels
completely and
is in the
permanently,
outfield.
creating
Ooh,
space for
you ain't
healthy
never believe
patterns
nothing.
to
Believe that.
establish and
Boy, the
flourish
angels is
without
in the
interference
outfield.
from people who needed you trapped in
Ooh, throwing
dysfunction to
curveballs right where you
maintain
need
their
it.
control over your choices. The perpetrators enter their contemplation phase, forced to confront the reality of wrong choices and missed opportunities that led to their current legal predicament.
Mm.
They must now live with consequences of decisions made in arrogance, greed, and spiritual blindness. Their wrong choices compound geometrically, as every decision made from corruption leads to additional problems they cannot escape through
You're right.
usual
Spiritually
manipulation
too.
tactics or corrupt official protection that no longer exists. Your emotional fulfillment arrives through connections based on truth rather than manipulation, genuine love rather than
Y'all,
exploitation,
I'd explained
mutual
this a
respect.
lot. That I feel like this is my observation of it, y'all. Like I always feel like you attach to certain angels based off how you live, because most of them, that's why they say familiar spirits, familiar past, deja vu, because those angels, I'm rubbing my head, y'all. Like those angels went through similar things that you go through, so now they attached to you, and they justifying you when they see people do things to you. People don't know that.
Rather than power dynamics and systematic control systems designed to benefit one party. Unconditional acceptance replaces the conditional approval you experienced from people who only valued what they could extract from your energy. This air conditioner doesn't require a main unit and consumes only 1 kilowatt hour in 8 hours. Resources and spiritual gifts for their own advancement and profit. True partnership becomes possible with individuals who recognize your actual worth and want to build something beautiful together,
Come here,
rather
baby.
than
Let me talk
consume
to you
your
for a second.
resources for their personal benefit and advancement at your expense. New emotional beginnings open possibilities for joy, peace, and satisfaction that seemed impossible during persecution, but now flow naturally from your restored spiritual
I
state and
see where you went
protected
with that.
environment, free from systematic
Come here,
interference.
baby.
Your legacy impact extends far beyond personal victory to systematic change that protects others from similar persecution through legal precedents and exposed corruption that can no longer hide behind official protection
Come
and
here,
governmental
baby.
cooperation. Collective healing flows from your example as other victims find hope through your victory and
Yeah.
courage to speak their own truth. Your success proves that escape and vindication are possible even from the most sophisticated persecution and professional psychological warfare. You are free to carry only what serves your divine purpose, rather than artificial burdens others tried to force
Let
upon
me
you
get ready.
through guilt.
My name is Valencia Avant, and I survived. Yeah, I got to get ready for that, because that what I just did. Probably the
Manipulation,
first
and
one.
false responsibility for their choices
Probably the
and
first one.
consequences. Your success inspires rather than
So
threatens
many, so
those
many
operating from
pioneers
abundance
that
consciousness
voice
and
their
genuine
opinions that
spiritual
don't make
development.
these
People
traps.
recognize that your blessings come
My
through
guy,
divine favor
and now
rather
I
than
made it to
unfair
the finish
advantage,
line to show
luck,
what
or
I
exploitation of
gathered up.
others. Your
A lot of
victory
people don't
proves
get to do that.
conclusively that even the
Hey
most
boys,
sophisticated
this
evil
is
can
what
be
I
defeated
documented
by
along the
truth,
way either.
persistence,
Like that.
divine intervention, and
Like,
properly
oh
documented
shit.
evidence presented to uncorrupted authorities with genuine power to
I like
act.
her.
You maintain spiritual practices and practical vigilance that brought you through this ordeal while helping others who face similar challenges navigate their own battles with wisdom, hope,
You see,
and practical guidance based on.
I talk a lot about my family, but let me tell you about my family. The ancestors, they raised me to be who the fuck I am today. Each and every last one of them that helped my mama with, because my family was really a village. The sisters and brothers, that they had attitudes with each other, but they motherfucking helped each other because Granny did that. When Granny passed away, they just all scattered. But Granny did that, showed us those attributes, y'all. So it's like every day of my life, I get up and bless people. And guess what? The people who be investigating the stuff that's been happening to me, this is why they so eager to bless me behind the scenes, because they watching me every day. Like this, hold up, this girl not only is telling the truth, she live like this with behind closed the fuck doors when she think nobody watching her. Look us, we over here watching her with the telescope, and she's over here don't got no money. We just saw the motherfucker take all her shit. She giving this goddamn lady some change. She need that shit herself. You know, they get to see that shit. This girl is at Goodwill buying somebody else baby stuff, and that girl don't even need it. Look at look at her, look at her, look at her. Just so Pole Valencia. You know, I'm getting that type of shit. And I still do it. I don't even care. Lips tooted. I'm happy. Let me stare at you and see how you look when I give you this blessing. And it make me smile when you smile. But when you don't smile, then I'm finna snap like I ain't need to do that. See, people don't catch my drift. Anything I'm doing it to make you smile for me. Because I'm really doing that shit for me. Now I'm kind of teaching you, like, hey, this is what I want you to do. Okay? You see what I'm doing, right? I need you to get that to me in return. If a friend can't be like that to me, a spouse, whoever, I don't even give a shit who you are. If we can't get that 50-50 friendship or treatment, I don't want it. You can keep whatever you got. I don't even care if you got 4, 5, 20 million dollars. I don't give a shit. So I guess that's why I'm the way
your
I am.
experience, you now have secure foundation from which to build the life you were always meant to live without
baby.
interference, sabotage, or systematic persecution from criminal networks operating under governmental protection. Your restoration serves as living evidence that complete healing is possible after even the most severe spiritual warfare and psychological trauma inflicted by professional predators with unlimited resources and official protection. Patient
Like there's
persistence combined with
nothing
divine
I
timing
won't do.
overcame enemies regardless of how powerful, sophisticated, wealthy, or well-connected they appeared to be in earthly systems and governmental hierarchies. Divine protection remains active around your life and mission, ensuring that spiritual forces that brought you through this battle continue guarding against future attacks and interference from remaining network fragments.
This is
You
so
maintain
relatable.
skills and resources that proved essential during persecution, now deployed for protection and service, rather than survival and resistance against overwhelming odds and systematic oppression. Chosen one, you
Systematic
brought down an
oppression.
international coven. You exposed systematic corruption, spanning multiple countries and governmental levels. You provided justice for countless victims who suffered in
Thank you,
silence.
baby.
You proved that divine authority, when properly aligned with human courage and persistence, can defeat any enemy regardless of their resources, connections, or apparent invincibility.
Thank you.
Your victory stands as eternal testimony that light always defeats darkness, truth always overcomes deception, and divine justice always prevails over human corruption, no matter how
Every
long the
time.
battle or how
No matter what.
sophisticated the enemy's
How much money
resources
you
and
got, no matter how much
strategies.
you
The
paid,
coven is
the
finished.
best voodoo
The
priest
network
in
is
town.
exposed. The
You
corruption is
you ain't
revealed.
blocking shit.
Justice is
You're just
served.
making it
You
worse
are
for you.
free. You
Spiritually.
have won completely and permanently. Your victory echoes through eternity as proof that chosen ones cannot be defeated when they maintain their connection to divine authority and refuse to surrender their integrity, regardless of the cost.
How is nobody talking about what this random actor just went from looking like this to this in only a few months? Listen very carefully in this next
today, y'all. I'm just like really getting to sit down. Like, I got my feet out of my shoes. I haven't even taken me a shower yet. So I really like that one. Did I tell y'all it was obsidian? So that was the end of that video. Let me try. I'm gonna read some Quora, but let me try to reset my phone. We'll do it one more time. And I'm on the wrong phone for my Quora, but I could just pull up my Gmail. Whoa. 50. Okay, so we just sent that. Let's do it again. It's funny, right? It's funny, right? Alright, so my Wi-Fi just went out. Tell me why I'm so cheap, right? Let me tell you. I be saying, as long as my kids see when I'm like really budgety, I sacrifice stuff. I always keep a track phone. I have a main line, right? It's off. It been off because I'm really budgety and cheap like that. That because I already help pay the girls' bills. Sometimes they do it when they do little gig stuff, hair or whatever, here and there. But mainly I pay it for them. So I be like, as long as they phone bill paid. Well, my daughter, my oldest one, paid her own phone bill this month and last month. Oh no, not. I think this month and last month she paid it. But I said I need to pay my damn phone bill, but I got the track phone and it worked real good, so I'm gonna wait as long as they phone bill is paid. But then it don't. That really don't make sense. It really don't. And I'm gonna stop. I have to stop doing that. But let's see, cause I really could have. I could have got away with paying it today, and cause I put a little food in the freezer, and I'm probably gonna have to get some more stuff. It'll last me for a couple days. I end up getting a couple versus getting stuff. I don't know why it was restarting, y'all. I guess they didn't want me to say what I said. Sorry, y'all. I don't know why it was restarting, y'all. I guess they didn't want me to say what I said. Sorry, y'all. So, but I was just saying, I was blessed after God tested me, with my motives and buying stuff. So
Were you born
let's see
between
what my food
1980 and
stamps.
1989? If so, you can get a Le Creuset cookware set completely
And
free.
even though she said 48 hours, I feel in my heart it's gonna be on there tomorrow because she just did it today.
Your silence, and now your very breath
But if
terrifies
you
the
don't,
ones who
I put
once
enough
mocked
stuff
your
until then.
existence.
So,
They thought they were destroying you. No, they were forging you. They thought the betrayal would break your
okay,
back,
this is
but
called
it
Trojan Ones.
strengthened
This
your
was the first one that
spine.
you become
They
religiously
laughed while
powerful.
they stabbed. They clapped while you bled. They turned your kindness into
Kind of a
ammunition,
little
your
stress, y'all,
loyalty
but it's
into a
cool.
trap,
Let's
your
see.
peace into proof that you were
The
too
rude awakening
soft to
from God.
survive. And now that
Your
you've
stock
risen
has
from
been
the
rooted awakening
ashes
by
they
God.
buried you in,
You entered the
they're
right race with
shaking
this one.
because you didn't just survive. You became
Okay, let's
unreachable.
listen to this one.
They called you crazy when you questioned their games. Difficult when you refused to be used. Arrogant when you started walking in truth. Let's call it what it really was. Fear. Fear of your clarity. Fear of your power. Fear of your detachment. Because once they couldn't distract you, they couldn't control you. And the moment you walked away without apologizing, their whole illusion shattered. Before we go any further, if this is already hitting something deep, if you feel seen, called, vindicated, like the truth is finally echoing louder than the lies, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop knock 1111 in the comments right now. Not just for the algorithm, but for the alignment. Every interaction tells the platform to push this message to more chosen ones who've been silenced, buried, and mislabeled. This message is a mirror. This is your call.
Hey, it's gonna tell
Chosen
you one.
one,
You can watch
you
this.
didn't stumble on this message. You were summoned. Let's not sugarcoat it. This isn't a pep talk. This is a war cry. And if your blood is boiling, your soul is surging,
Oh,
and
y'all.
something inside you is
It
waking up,
fell.
then yes, this is
Sorry.
yours. Because you're not just growing. You're becoming dangerously powerful. And the world, the ones who used to whisper your name in rooms filled with lies, they're terrified, not of your hands, not of your voice, but of your fearlessness.
Y'all,
You
my
no longer chase, you no longer
real
beg,
nails is so
you no
long.
longer shrink.
So I was
You
trying
don't
to
bend to keep the peace anymore. You are
I
the
was trying to
peace,
put
and
I
that
always put an
scares them,
overlay
doesn't it?
over it.
You don't
And I
fear
have to cut
losing them.
my shits
You
down.
fear
I did it
losing
myself though.
yourself.
I didn't
That's
realize my
what
shit got
makes
so
you a
long this
threat.
time, but they get
They had you
real
on a
long
leash of
if I
guilt,
take care of them.
doubt, manipulation, and you cut
That's how
the
my
cord.
daddy nails was.
Remember how they turned your compassion into currency? Every time you forgave what you shouldn't have, they took another inch. Every time you explained your value, they took another shot. They kept telling you to be humble, soft, quiet, while they stole your voice and called it balance. But they didn't expect the silence to birth a storm, did they?
No,
Now look at you.
no, not at all.
Focused, sharp, unavailable for chaos, immune to attention, unshakable in your knowing. You used to fear confrontation. Now your presence is confrontation. You used to crave belonging. Now you walk like someone who's finally realized you don't need a seat at their table when you were born to build your own throne. And that throne, it's not made of gold. It's made of scars, of betrayals turned into boundaries, of nights spent crying yourself back to life, of all the goodbyes you thought would end you, but only revealed the weight you were never meant to carry. They hate that. They hate that your power came from their plot, that the very stone they threw became your foundation, that their betrayal became your blueprint. They can't handle the fact that the one they tried to crucify has come back, resurrected, and don't need validation anymore. Your presence is proof enough. You're not angry. You're activated. And the universe, it's not just watching. It's moving through. I don't know why both of them ended their live seeking revenge at the same time, guys. But let's react to this one, and I'm gonna end the live in a little bit. And while they panic, trying to figure out how their puppet became a prophet, you walk quietly, powerfully, above the noise. Chosen one, the silence they used to interpret as defeat has now become your strongest weapon. Your distance is loud. Your energy is undeniable. Your evolution is ungovernable. And every time you level up without clapping back, you prove which is fueling your rise. Bless is fueling your rise. Bless the team behind it with a super thanks. Never sue the other driver after a car accident. There's a better way to get paid a way bigger check without having. Your gifts help this mission cut through the noise and reach more chosen ones just like you. You're not supporting a video. You're fueling a movement. And now, let's dive into it, piece by piece. Believe me, if you are a true chosen one, if you feel that fire waking up in your bones, you won't want to miss a single word of what's coming. This isn't content. This is confirmation. And by the time we reach the end, you'll know exactly why your fearlessness terrifies them and why your power is no longer ignorable. Let's get started. Come on, baby. Number one, they called you dangerous the moment you stopped apologizing for your power. They didn't fear your anger. They feared your arrival. Because when a chosen one stopped you, dangerous. You dangerous. They don't call you dangerous because you're reckless. They call you dangerous because you're awake. Because you no longer carry your truth like it's a burden. You wear it like armor. You no longer soften your edges to make others comfortable. And the minute you did that, the second you said no more, they lost control of the script. You took the pen back. And that's what they couldn't stomach. Your power was never in being liked. It was in being aligned. They want you to believe that confidence is arrogance, that independence is aggression, that clarity is ego. But let's expose the truth. They were only comfortable with your humility because it was tied to their hierarchy. They praised your softness when it meant they could manipulate you. They applauded your silence when it kept their lies intact. But now that you've found your voice, now that you've remembered your identity, now that you're walking like someone who no longer fears exile, their flattery has turned to fear. And that fear, it's not spiritual discernment. It's emotional exposure. You've become the mirror they can't escape. You reflect what they lack. And when someone thrives in control, your freedom... Not mistaken, so let's pull up the facts. Is it Malala I can't pronounce that last name. Dead. And where did I put it? I don't know. And where did I put it? I don't know. Let's see. I wanted to read about the Malala Fund. Oh, here it is, and it is very hot.